Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Angie Pascotto, joined by Vanessa Collins, and today we have some very important guests from DSNA.
Yes, we are here at NADA 2026, joined by Farid and Sandra from DSMA. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, thank you for having us. Greatly
We're
appreciate
excited to be here.
Yes, absolutely. So, what exactly does DSMA do for the automotive industry?
So we're an automotive mergers and acquisition firm, and our business is to help dealers in North America and the UK make a transition from ownership to selling.
Amazing.
And that's what we do.
Absolutely. So, how has it been? When did your company start, and what has it looked like since it started?
Great. Our company started in 2012.
Okay.
Since then, we've sold over 551 dealerships.
Wow.
We're about to declare bankruptcy tomorrow afternoon. So business was good.
Oh, jokes I love. Awesome.
Now, is this a buyer's market or a seller's market, would
That's
you say?
that's a really good question. I would say that today there are more buyers than sellers. The buyers that are typically what they're looking for are assets that fit their growth strategy and their plan. So it's not just about acquiring a dealership, it's also about acquiring the right asset to fit into their business model.
What do you see as the main reason that dealers are looking to sell in this market?
Sandra, what would you say that would be the main reason?
I think, a lot of dealers are aging right now. So, the average age of the dealer in today's world is 70.6 years of age. So there's a lot of succession planning happening, and dealers are trying to figure out what to do with their next stage of life.
It sounds like a lot of opportunity.
Lots of opportunity.
Lots of opportunity. Our sellers today, and last year we sold 77 dealerships, and the common theme between all 77 of our sellers was they're looking for their retirement. And, they're looking to make sure that they get the best value for what they built. And quite frankly, they put the blood, sweat, and tears in. Car dealers are the best negotiators in the world, and they're looking for a fair price and to sell to organizations that are happy to carry on the legacy of their business. So I think the needs have changed somewhat of sellers today.
Yeah, it can be an emotional purchase and it can be an emotional sale too.
That's well put. Absolutely.
And I think that's what makes DSMA stand apart from other M&A industries. Yeah, I want to put our plug out there is because we really work with the buyers and sellers from beginning to end.
Wow.
We have in our company what we call 360-degree support. So everything from the finances to the valuations to the
Marketing.
I'm the VP of marketing at DSMA, and also in the due diligence process, we cover it from beginning to end. So it really helps our buyers and sellers feel good about working with us.
Do you work nationwide and in Canada?
Well, actually, we not only do Canada and the United States, we also do transactions in the United Kingdom and in Puerto Rico.
That's amazing. And so, with being in Canada, we hear that your government has recently allowed certain Chinese manufacturers to enter the market. So, how is this affecting the automotive industry, specifically your sector, with merging and acquisitions?
There's never been a more controversial issue than the Chinese manufacturers. They're doing extremely well. They're dominating Central America, South America. It was inevitable that they were going to eventually get to our shores. Our government decided to allow certain Chinese manufacturers to sell 49,000 vehicles a year in Canada, and that's moving very rapidly now. The question really is how is that going to impact the current dealers in Canada, and how is it going to impact the American market, which has been very resistant in letting the Chinese into that market. So it's really controversial right now, but
For sure.
hot subject.
So, what? Yeah, go ahead, Sandra.
And I just wanted to say, we're always trying to stay ahead of the curve.
Yes.
We just actually have been working with a new hire at DSMA, and he's really building the relationships with the Chinese
Amazing.
manufacturers.
Staying ahead. And what actually is on your guys' radar for 2026? It's still the beginning of the year. And what are you kind of keeping your tabs on?
That's a really good question. I think what our company's focused on in 2026, as opposed to previous years, is I think we've got to focus on continually delivering the level of service that we do, never sitting on our laurels and thinking we're doing good enough, is always working to improve.
Yeah.
And that's what our focus is, our clients.
100%.
Can we talk a little bit about giving back too?
Please.
Yeah.
I'll let you talk about that.
So one of our passions in our company is we support an American charity called the Hope of Life. It currently works in Guatemala. And last year, we helped, in a small part, rescue 4,254 children from death. We fed 1.3 million people in the government of Guatemala. And if anybody ever wants to be a good corporate citizen and give back, I think the Hope of Life, it's called hopeoflife.org, is a great organization to support, and we're very proud supporters of it.
Thank you so much. You are representing the automotive industry so well. That is absolutely incredible to hear.
Thank you. Well, Sandra's the one that represents well. I do a terrible job, I think. Right, Sandra?
No. Amazing. Well, Sandra and Farid, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Now, you guys do a great job, and we really appreciate
We do.
you asking us to come and sit on this panel. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Stay tuned because there are many more insightful conversations headed your way.